Hi everyone, welcome back. I thought today we could do kind of like a knit and chat, a little knit and update about, what's been going on with me. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, so I apologize about that, but if you've stuck around, you know that I'm not the fastest knitter. So today I have a coffee. It's a roasted hazelnut from Nespresso, and I put a little bit of the Coffee Mate pistachio latte creamer in it, and honestly I kind of like it. It's not like aggressively nutty, like it's not like over the top. It's just got like this light, maybe I'm just not using a lot of it, but it's like kind of subtle, I guess. Oh, hold on, let me switch off my air filter. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot that we moved an air filter in here, and it's not one that runs at like a constant low speed. We have like two different air filters, and I forgot that the one we moved in the living room, which is like right on the other side of my little filming spot in here, likes to rotate itself through some phases, so it's a little loud. But yes, I have some coffee with some pistachio creamer. I'm always down to try those kind of like, not weird ones, but niche. But it's good. And then my knitting project today is my fiance's groomswoman shawls. We're doing a asymmetrical triangle shape. So I'm gonna work on that for a little bit. We chat. I have some life updates. I have some projects in the works, but I can't really tell you a lot about them. I guess I can show you the swatches I made for an upcoming project. So if you watched my last video, my yarn haul, you'll know I bought these cones, but this is a cone of Zephyr. This is the swatch. I just did them both in double crochets, and then washed them. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a color difference. Not a lot, it's not massive, but this is the rice white in the Zephyr, and then here's my mohair swatch. The mohair is like interesting. If you can like see the stitches, they're like weirdly flat, okay? And I think it's just because of how how thin the mohair is, but they are just like very odd. If you can, I don't know why, they're just like, they're so weird to look at. But that's going to be some sort of a blouse, maybe. I haven't quite decided yet. But those are some swatches I'm working on. I wanted to see how they would wash up and kind of lay after I had washed them. I did the swatches, and then what I did to wash them was I added a little bit of, I had some kind of warm water, and then I added a little splash of baby detergent. That's how I wash and block all of my knits. Because I could buy wool wash, but at the same time, baby detergent is gentle enough that it works just fine for most of my knits. I've never had an issue with it. It's what my grandma always had to use, so I just use baby detergent. And I think I don't know if it's cheaper. I haven't really looked. I just know that I use baby detergent. But washed it with some baby detergent, and then I left it to dry for a little bit just like on a towel. They took about a day or two to dry, but it was during a slight cold snap. Idaho is really funny with its weather, and right before I made the swatches, it was like a casual 65. It was beautiful. It was a glorious few days, and then it snowed on us. It snowed on us. Just like randomly, just like one day it just dropped some snow and then it was gone. Like the next, took like 2 days, it was gone. It like hit like a random cold snap where it was like, oh, it's 40 something, but with the wind it's gonna feel like 30, and you're just like, what do you mean? But it has since warmed back up a little bit. It's a casual, like, you might need a light jacket in the morning, but you won't need one in the afternoon weather, which is all fine and great until you're leaving in the morning and you have to carry a jacket around all day. But yeah, so the weather is, I don't know, being the weather, not that I guess any of you guys really care. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what I want for this channel. As you may know, I do have I had a part-time job as a news clerk at my local newspaper. I wrote stories, I did some briefs, just like kind of did some things. I could call myself a reporter. That's what I went to school for, was journalism. It was, it's something I really enjoy doing, writing, which is also like kind of fun because I get to, be creative with my writing, but then like creative in the way that like I write news stories. So it's not like, like I'm writing fiction all day, but I had like fun time doing that. Unfortunately, the paper I work for is experiencing some money problems, like a lot of papers at a lot of places. And so this isn't like, new or like shocking or just like, the worst thing ever. I never would have expected it. Honestly, I knew it would happen eventually. You can't really work in the journalism industry and not kind of get that, especially because it's happened at much bigger papers to much more, in my opinion, talented writers. So it's not, the end of the world. It's a little upsetting. I was a little, torn up yesterday when I got the call because I really liked the job, but at the same time, like, I understand that they need to make money so they can continue to exist in our community. And so I'm nervous, but I'm not like, how could they do this to me? I worked 30 hours a week. It's not the end of the world, I guess, for one person to leave. They did lay off more than just me. I wasn't the only one. There was a good, not like a good number, but like a decent number of people. So it wasn't like, oh, we just laid off people in the newsroom. There was layoffs across, and it was the last kind of like thing they had. They didn't really want to do it, but they did, and you can take that to be like, oh, they're just lying to you, and you can think what you want. But I'd like to think that they didn't. That they had tried everything else before. So I currently am unemployed, which is, perfectly fine. It's not fine. I do have bills to pay, so that's going to be an interesting few weeks. But I hope that with this, it will allow me more time to maybe reflect. It's not like I can just go out and get another newspaper job and be able to live here. That's kind of hard. Because I would have to move, but I don't want to make my fiance either, live apart or have to split the job I have now, which is not like either leave the job he has now or move, basically, and move or have to like split where we're living. So for right now, it looks like I'm going to be looking for freelance work, which could include writing or mostly writing. That's what I like to do, so it's what I'm gonna focus on. It might involve a little bit more content here. I'm not entirely sure what that content will look like at this moment, but it probably will include more regular videos from me. If I can get my projects off the ground, or if I could, make projects faster, that might help a little. But yeah, so it might include some sprucing up of the channel, some new stuff for you guys to watch. Obviously I can't, crank out a bunch of videos, and I'm not really trying to change a lot of the style of videos I've already been making. I don't think that's necessary, and to be honest, it's not really like stuff I'm really interested in. So maybe we'll just do more sit down and chat style videos, or deep dives into different kind of projects. Maybe not necessarily showing you what I've been making, but doing some other kind of fun things. I don't know if you have ideas. As I said, I have a background in journalism, so I do know how to write. We could do some research style videos where we just cover, you know, different little trends or fun things that are happening. But that's kind of what's up with me. That's the most recent news I have, is that I have in fact finished 3 of the bridesmaid shawls that I started in the white, green, and navy. So that's kind of exciting to be, you know, a little bit closer. I am starting this one that we're looking at, the asymmetrical in these colors for Tom's, because I wanted to take a little break from the white. It's a perfectly good color combo. It's just I had knit 3 of them in a row and I was getting a little bored, so I took a break. I am working on this. I have a little crochet project going, just as like something kind of like fun to do that's not necessarily like a knitting project. That's more of just like I can sit and casually watch it while I can work on it while we're watching movies, or, you know, a Star Trek rerun. So yeah, I don't know, I don't really have much else to talk to you guys about. I mostly just wanted to give you an update that the channel might be changing in the next couple of weeks if I can, you know, figure out what I want to do and where I want to go, and maybe how this channel will play into that. I did have some sort of blog, like stories already kind of throwing around in my head related to knitting, so maybe we'll take a look at those and we'll think about kind of like that kind of content. But I don't know if I'd consider myself an expert enough to be, you know, the kind of person to be like, I can provide actual tips on these things. So I don't want to over, you know, present myself. I don't want to come off as something that I'm not. But yeah, so it might just be some kind of random videos coming up. If you've kept an eye on this channel, you'll probably be like, that's not something they normally do, but I appreciate if you do decide to stick around. If you guys have any suggestions, or if if there's like something you think you want to see. I've been toying with the idea of, once I finish these shawls, maybe retrying the Star Trek sweater from a few years ago. I think I've figured out how to get it to actually, maybe not figured out how to get it to work, but I definitely do want to retry that, because I think it would be something kind of fun. And I do have a bunch of stash to get through, so I think that'll also be a really fun way to maybe not incorporate that, because I don't technically have the colors I need for that project. So that might be a little bit later once I've gotten through some more of my stash. But yeah, I guess we're gonna be in it together, you and me and whoever's watching this. So I'm so glad you could be here. And I appreciate if you decided to watch this video. But I cannot talk and knit at the same time, because I've done 1 row in this like 13 minutes we've been recording. So yeah, I'm laid off. I'm not, you know, completely broke, and my partner does have a good job, so I'm not, you know, like, while I am, you know, not trying to be like, oh, I don't need money. I do need money, but it's not something I'm like, I'm giving myself some time to like think about how I want to approach, you know, what's happening next in my life. And so hopefully it means more videos for you guys, and maybe some more exciting writing for me on the side, but we shall see. But that's all I had to tell you guys, was that there's probably going to be some changes, and I appreciate if you stick around. I hope that the kind of content I, you know, want to make is the kind you want to watch. So we shall see in the next coming weeks, months. But yeah, that is all I have. And I will chat at you guys next time.